in your language, reading gives you a lot of words. But if you're reading in another language, or even sometimes in your own language, there are words you don't know. So what do you do? How do you deal with words that you don't know when you're reading? You can try to read it again. Yeah, it's like finding clues, right? Do you guys like those games where you have to find out what happened? Or do you like puzzles where you have to put the pieces together? Right? So, for your brain, it's the same thing. You have to figure out how they go together. 如果有长的句子，要想你要了解 ，OK， 是这个是句子后面做的，所以第一个是这边的啊，所以它是。After he had eaten, he went to bed. 还是 he went to bed after he had eaten. 要了解哪一个动词是第一个，哪一个是前一个 right? You have to figure it out. So your brain works. And it can be fun, right? But what about these? We'll come back to this because the biggest problem for most people is that when they try to read, 都看不懂，不是文法的问题，是看不懂这个字我不知道 right? 所以呢 what do you do? 有很多人会用 Google. Don't do Google, it's bad for you. But even with a good dictionary, 看书不需要用它 alright? Doing this is wrong. If there are too many words that you don't know, you're welcome to leave if you're bored. If there are too many words that you don't know, don't read the book. Find something easier. Okay? 写东西. If you are writing something, if you have to write a story, then you use this. Alright? But for reading, what do we do? 有字我没有看过的，所以呢 what do you do? You can read the sentence again. 来猜猜看，还有什么？
I know speak Chinese. And I don't speak English.
那是看书看东西 when you're reading.
或者是说不会讲中文，就是不会讲英文的意思。
But when you're reading, if you don't know the words,
Speak, reading 就是。
you can try to read it out loud. 可以的。
请问，弟老师，我看不懂中文的英文怎么念，念不懂。
Okay. Well, for Chinese words, that's a bit more difficult because there's no spelling. 中文没有拼法，所以中文看中文的字比较难，但是也可以，比较简单的开始。中文的简单的书有中文符号，所以有发音，所以这边可以开始。You can start with the sounds. 小朋友的书 right? Children's books. 都有中文符号. You can start there. When I try to read something in Chinese, I need the 中文符号 to help me. 这跟英文的拼法一样. If you have the directions, yeah. Okay, yeah, so I guess we'll let her sleep in and yeah, so I have a story here. I want you guys to try to read through. Now, I may not have enough for everybody, maybe I do. Okay, just again, try pricing. Yeah, because that's what we're doing today. So, the problem with reading, if you don't know the word, what do you do? But there's an answer. 如果是新的字，怎么办？ All right, what's the first thing you guys did when I gave you the paper? When I gave you the paper, what's the first thing you did? Start reading. Don't do that. I gave you the paper, there's a picture on it. Look at the picture. Right? Reading, even when it's just words, there is more information that can help you. Look at the picture, what do you see? What does the title say? Start there, right? If you're not familiar with this word, well, you know that the first word is, is darker, it has a line underneath. You know this is the name of the story, right? You start there. You can guess that this is related to this, 有关系, right? So even if you don't know this word, you can start by guessing. As I can, right? But when you guess, guessing doesn't mean you close your eyes and you pick something, right? Language and learning are always about patterns. So, actually your shirt is perfect for this. I'm going to borrow you, okay? So, just stand up for a moment. I need your shirt. Yeah. Yeah. No, keep it. No. Okay. So everybody, sorry, just turn this way a little bit. Everybody, can you just open your coat a little bit? Okay. You see her shirt? Yeah. Okay, just a little bit so we can see the colors. Okay. So you can all see. What pattern do you see? Right? It's like a rainbow, right? And what pattern is there? We have lines going this way, right? The lines don't go like this, they're across this way. And there's like a rainbow color, and then we get the same thing again, right? So it repeats. Okay. What's on the back of her shirt? You can't see it, right? So guess. Will the back of her shirt look like the front of her shirt? Of course. 一定是一样的吗? But if you have to guess, and that's how words work, very pretty. If you have to guess, then you don't close your eyes and just pick a word. And that's why this is a bad choice. Don't Google when you don't know a word. Because Google is also guessing. But they're not guessing because of a pattern. They're just saying, 100 people ask this question. 所以你的意思是跟他们一样。所以第一个答案是他们的答案，不是你的。When you use Google, it's just a search engine. It's not a dictionary, right? So it doesn't really help you. But if instead you learn to look at a pattern and then guess. So, what about her sleeves down her arm? 一定是一样的吗? But if we have to guess, it's a good guess, right? So, thank you. You can sit down. maybe it's, and your socks match too, that's cute. Okay. Yeah, yeah, your socks are the same. So, if you have to guess, if you don't know, at least you can make a smart guess. You look for things that can help you. We have a picture, we have a name. Smart guess is that this is a dragon. That's the smart guess, right? Now, if you already know this word, then there will be others maybe that have problems for you. So let's try to read through it. We'll start at the beginning, and then I want you to think about some of the problem words. So, try to read it together. 一起念. Try. From the beginning, the. Yeah, 一起念.
19.
Yeah. Try, see, 一起念. If you can't, then listen to everybody else. But I think most of you can. So, 试试看. Alright? 试试看. The. Okay, so let's stop there. So which words are problems? 哪一个字有问题? Now, don't just explain for each other in Chinese, because we want to try, girls, we want to try to figure this out. So, how about we start with this word here? Now, the reason I wrote these stories, if you notice at the top of the page, it talks about a dictionary. I wrote these stories for an elementary school where we have these dictionaries. All of the words in the story are in these dictionaries, except a couple, like mythical. That's why we have this. Right? This is not KK, this is a better system. KK is a bad system. It only works, only Taiwan uses it. Alright? So this is the IPA, it's an International Phonetic Alphabet. It tells you sounds. So 这个音是什么? 这个音, 看这边. What sound is this?